I'm gonna show you guys how to use Nathan Ake, one of the most underrated center backs in the entire game. Let's go. So as it relates to Nathan Ake now, he is I think he's a player that I actually got at the start in a PES 2021, and I had no one else to use, and I was using him. Keep in mind the chemistry of the team is poor, so you're not really expecting your players to play that good. So you have low team spirit and everything. You don't even max out the players or anything. And I'm using him and he's playing excellently, and I'm like, bro, this guy is actually he's kind of decent. The team spirit started growing now. I'm playing online matches against people, and Ake is playing exceptionally well. When I say exceptionally well, what do you really want a defender to do? Do you want a defender to score, long shots and stuff like that? No, personally, I would appreciate that, but my opinion on a defender is just, intercepting the ball, winning headers, and ensuring that I concede as little goals as possible. And that's exactly what Ake has done for me. Ake isn't a flary player, whereas you'd have him and you'd be like, oh, this guy can do long shots and he has the heading trait and stuff like that. No, Ake, and you guys can put me on a record for this, Ake is probably one of the best persons aerially. Yes, his heading is only 80 when he's maxed out, but his jump is 94 and he wins almost all aerial duels. From what I've experienced, and as you guys are seeing, it's clips from all different types of different matches and all different types of players challenging him in the air, whether it wants to be Color, Cristiano Ronaldo, etc. Yes, I have done it all, and from what I've experienced, he only lost a handful of headers, and that is to later down in the game when he's a bit tired and he's facing super subs like Inzaghi or Morientes, which is quite understandable. I don't think any defenders can win headers against them, especially when the super sub trait is active. And he has also lost headers to, I think it was Mbappe. I think Mbappe is his kryptonite, but which defender Mbappe isn't their kryptonite? You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So from that point of view, as you guys are seeing right now, Ake is really, really good at winning aerial duels. So he's very good to stop long ball spammers and stuff, and he's really quick. His stats aren't the best, but playing wise, he plays very, very well. And as you guys all know that you all have those hidden gems, those gold ball players or even silver ball players that once you max them out and play with them, and you know how to play with them, they play exceptionally well. And you guys know that I don't really do defender tutorials or defender reviews, so you know that once I'm doing it, it has to be a very special player, and you guys probably should really test him out. You can easily get him by either trading him inside of the trade place, obviously by just using gold balls, because he's a gold ball, or you can use scout combinations. I haven't really figured out any scout combinations as yet, but as soon as I get scout combinations, I will obviously tell you guys. More than likely it's going to be Netherlands. It's probably going to be a Netherlands 4 or 5 scout and interception trait. That's as simple as that. But if anything, I'll give you guys an update on the community post. It's not that serious. As we look at his stats right here, we can see that basically that he's 180 centimeters, so he's not even that tall, but he's not short. So the fact that his jump is 94, it tells a lot that he's really, really good there. He's left-footed, so that is why in my formation here, as you can see, I put Ake on the left and I put Maldini on the right, because Maldini is right-footed, Ake is left-footed, so they complement each other, and it's easier seeing that they're on their stronger side. So it's like he's playing left centre back. If you had a back three, he'd be playing left centre back, just like in the Gasperini formation. So as you guys can see here, his offensive awareness is 70. Who cares about his offensive awareness? He's an extra front man still, so he will make runs up top, but don't expect him to really score unless it's a header, because he's not that good at finishing. But you just might be surprised, because if it's on target and it's in the right position at the right time, it can score. It's just that you don't really expect him to score 9 times out of 10, probably like 3 times out of the 10 shots that you take. Yeah, he will probably score, but that's not what you're expecting. These stats aren't really bad, especially for a goal ball. It really shows what he is, but I feel like the more he plays for Manchester City in the future, it's going to get better. And if he gets a featured card, I think that it would be really, really dangerous. And if you guys get him, it's going to be a very good buy, or a very good 100 coins well spent. So as I told you guys earlier, his finishing really isn't that good, 64, but you guys will be surprised as to what he can do. His set piece taking is 65. It needs a little bit of work. His speed is 86 and his acceleration is 83, so it's not that fast. But the fact that he's catching up and he can intercept balls and stuff, because you see the thing is, if he's intercepting the balls, then he don't have to run down those fast strikers. So the fact that he's intercepting, or at least keeping the striker busy so that the second defender can come back and intercept, that works for me as well. His kicking power is 82, jump is 94, as I said earlier, physical contact is 88. To me, these stats are very, very good. His stamina is 88. I feel like it's more than that because he lasts the entire 90 for me. But at the same time, he doesn't really do a lot of running up and down. He's just there intercepting or heading out the ball or whatever. That's, you know, it's a lot of work. But at the same time, maybe I'm attacking the entire match and then he'll be nice and well rested for the second half. You never really know. But yeah, as I said, he's an extra frontman. An extra frontman is a player who likes to stay a little bit higher, maybe a little bit higher than a build-up play, because a build-up player sits back while an extra frontman goes forward. So sometimes, just like Sergio Ramos, he would like be involved in the goals itself. Because you guys have watched Real Madrid play and you're like, oh, Sergio Ramos just scored a goal. How did he even end up in the box? Yeah, Ake is that type of player. Two things that could really make this card super OP, because he has acrobatic clearance and he has interception. You have a lot of defenders out there that don't have interception, and that's very sad. But as it relates to him, I'm glad that he has interception. You see, if he had heading and his finishing was a little bit better, even if it was just in the 70s, he'd be a lot better. So you guys can use the skill token on him and, you know, make him more OP. I feel like I might just use the skill token and make him more OP. But you see, the problem is I just wanted to show you guys the raw card, and then I'm going to edit it later and add what I want, or hopefully add what I want. Extra frontman, and he's a long ball expert, long ranger. He can score long range shots as well, just like Scott McTominay, who I'm actually going to make a review for in the future. Not sure when, but yes. So that's basically it, guys, because as you guys pre-it, you want a defender to defend, and this is what he does. When I compare him to like the other defenders that are black balls like Varane, Ramos, Van Dijk and stuff like that, his stats compared to them, maybe he's not as good as them, but it's close to them. And from my personal experience, Beckenbauer's stats are way better than his, but he's better than Beckenbauer in the air. I don't understand how it works, but he's better than Beckenbauer in the air. Maybe because he's a bit taller. I'm not even sure who's taller, but maybe he's a bit taller. He's, in my opinion, he's better than Beckenbauer winning aerial duels, and he's better at Beckenbauer at defending. And Beckenbauer is a build-up player. Beckenbauer is supposed to be sitting back a bit deeper than how Ake is supposed to stay back. But I've seen Ake cover for him so many times. I don't like using Beckenbauer in centre back. I rather use Beckenbauer in defensive mid forward. And you see, the thing is about Ake is that he can also play left back. So if you don't have a left back, worse like he's left footed, he can be used in the corners as well to distribute them. I think his distribution is about 70 something, but you can still use him, because it's always ideal to use a left foot player, and it's not all the time that you have a left footed player unless you're using Messi or Roberto Carlos or Alex Telles. Apart from that, I don't really remember most like left footed players, maybe Alphonso Davies or Cousins. But yeah, as I said, if you have him, use him, because he's really, really good, especially for me. And he can play left back and centre back with the same rating, so he doesn't lose anything there. So at the same time, that's very versatile to me. That's very versatile. I think that, bro, even if you're not going to use him as a starter, let's say your left back is off form, you can use him. If your centre back needs fixing, you can use him. If you need a defensive mid forward, you can use him as well. Most centre backs can play defensive mid forwards, because it's just defending and putting the ball forward. It's just that Beckenbauer is better in that position than him. Beckenbauer has better stats, but Beckenbauer doesn't play better than him in centre back, even though they play two different roles. It's very annoying, but trust me on it, guys. I want you guys to get this player. If you already have him, just test him out and tell me what you guys think about the player. I think that you have some other hidden gems in the game, like Victor Lindelof and obviously Ansu Fati. Well, he's not even a hidden gem anymore. Everybody knows about Fati now. He's not a hidden gem, but you guys know what I mean. There are a lot of other hidden gems inside of the game that I can actually crack down and use and show you guys that, yo, these players are really, really good. Because I found this bronze ball right wing forward that's, I think, 74 rated, and I've been using him and he's been extremely well for me. First of all, you can't really have high expectations for them, so the fact that he's doing such a good job for me right now is very good. So that's about it, guys. Don't forget to drop a like below, comment down below if you guys even have the player, and if you don't, you guys should get him. Stay safe, guys. I'm out.